Okay, me again. I've been repairing Mark II instrument clusters ever since they started going wrong, 10 years at least. I've repaired hundreds of them. We're now getting to the stage where there's too many Mark III clusters going wrong, where these displays need replacing. Relatively easy to replace, loads of videos on YouTube how to do it, but when you've done it, so say the customer sends you a instrument cluster for repair, how do you know that you've repaired it properly? So I've made up this little test lead. So I've got my OBD, I've got a menu control from the steering wheel of our Ford Focus, we've got our 12-pin plug which goes in the back, and then we've got our power supply that goes into the Go Diag Live on Earth. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug this in, and once we've tested this so we know that it's working, let's see if I can get him to sit in there and then sit back here like this. I'm going to switch him on, so power on. The old girl will fire up, hopefully, and I will plug one in a minute that isn't working. It's just literally come in today and I can see that it's been broken by the look of it, so someone's already had it apart. Okay, so we've got all this lot. So I'm just using this on the bottom now. I need to make a proper enclosure for this. A little box that sat round the front just there would be perfect. But this will do for now. It's the first time I've got this going today. It took quite a long time. So okay. So let's go back and just see if anything. So I'll wait for this finishes. Still trying to work the controller out. Okay, parking brake applied. Right, so it's stopped. So if I now go back, which is this one, to trip computer, information, settings. So if we go into settings, so we know that this is working. If I go lighting, let's have a look at lighting and dimming. So if I go dimming, I should be able to dim the display. So manual. So if I switch manual off, if I go to auto, it'll probably dim. Well, it did slightly. Let's go manual again. Yeah, seems to, so it's set, whatever that means. Oh, dimming, look at that. So we can turn the dimming brighter or dimmer from that. Okay. Back. So I know that this is working. So I know that this display is okay. So next thing, can we communicate with it? That's what our OBD is for. So I've got my OBD. I'm going to just plug this in. Try and plug it in with one port. Like this. So we've got our display here. Okay, so she's plugged in there. Now let's get the mouse. Go to the computer. See if we can load the software. So we're going to let this fire up. Okay, yeah, cancel. Right, let's go into my Ford OBD. Wait for it to load. Do it again. Cannot open serial port COM1. It's always something. Oh my good God. Okay, there we go. I don't know what that was all about, but there is always something. Let's see if that screen will go bigger or smaller. No, same size. Right, let's see if we can read this cluster. So we're on automatic. It won't let us read. Channel 1, about. Serial port couldn't open. I think I'm going to have to reboot the computer. Right, so let's just unplug it and then plug it back in. Let's see if it'll load now. Okay, that's good. Right, let's see if we can read it. There's always something in there with these computers. So, read. So let's see. So she's reading VIN. So there's all the details. Right, so we've got dashboard with external EEPROM chip, and the cluster, as you can see, has gone out. Now see, that says 62 miles. This is because this is a test one ready to go back out to a customer as a replacement if theirs is broken. I'll show you what a broken one looks like in a minute. Right, so that's 62 miles. Say, for example, the customer's vehicle has done I don't know, 10,000, say it's done 6,200 miles, for example. So if we make that 10,000 kilometers, because it's in kilometers, so what we've got to do is go right. So if I go 10,000, 10,000 kilometers. So at the moment it says 62 miles. Correct. So let's see what it does. This looks like this is all we can do. I was hoping to be able to completely clone, like I do with the Mark IIs, completely clone the cluster, but it doesn't look like I can do it. So it's entering diag mode, so the cluster is asleep. If you can see that little, oh, she's woken up again. Okay. So let's see what the mileage is on that. So we've got to get through all this nonsense first. So okay. Let's just see if I can hold it down to clear it. They like their warnings. Right, okay. So everything is on. So I wonder how you make the vehicle go to sleep to see the mileage. So if I go information, so we've got trip computer, information. Let's try information first. System check, 8 messages, yeah, I know that. We've been through all that. What else have we got? If I go up to, if I go back, let's have a look. You'll have to bear with me on this because I just literally finished putting this together today. Distance to empty. So if we had distance to empty, odometer, instant fuel, average speed. Right, what does that say? Yeah. So it's just going to go through the same things again. So let's get out of that. So that's it. So let's see. If I go across all the way across, will it do anything? It's a bit tricky this. I'm going to have to extend this cable. So I wonder if she just goes to sleep by herself. Although the ignition's on, I'm probably going to have to put an ignition live side on it so it just switches it off so we can see what the mileage is. If I read it, if I do it from here, so read. So what it's going to do is I'm going to read it again. And I'll see if it puts the cluster to sleep. And it should tell me 10,000 kilometers, which will be probably something like 6,200 miles. Yeah, so external button. There we go, she's gone to sleep. 6,213 miles. Perfect. Okay, so I can now start repairing these clusters. Now then, if we go into one that's been sent in that doesn't work, this is what we're up against. Okay, so I'm going to turn the power off. Okay, power's off. turn this upside down. Sorry this is taking so long, but I'm actually learning this as I go along. So I know that this cluster's good. This is another one that's been sent in from eBay. So I'm going to plug that in like this. And we'll see if this one fires up. Sit it on there. Turn the power on. Now the other one lit up straight away. And as you can see, this one is totally dead. Totally dead. Now let's see if we can actually read anything on it. So let's see if we can read. So if we go to here and read, it probably won't even read it. Let's see what it's doing. Queuing model, reading IDs. So if we go back over here, reading the VIN. So I'd say this cluster is completely dead. And this is what happens with them. Yeah, there we go. No response from dashboard, which is what we'd expect. So I'll click OK. So the repair on this one is to get this cluster to fire up. So I know this equipment now works. And we can proceed from there. Okay, I just thought I'd keep you informed. Thanks for watching.